What time is it? Say it's time for KP's Video News. KP's Video News. It's KP's Video News, y'all. It's KP's Video News, y'all. That's right, it's KP's Video News. And today is it's the 1st of July. That's right. It's a whole new month, man. The time is zooming past. Zooming by. We already went through 6 months, man, already. Can't wait to get through these last few, man, because got that election coming up in November. And everybody got to get out there and vote. All you people that don't talk that old crap about, oh man, I ain't gonna vote because my vote don't count. The day after the election and after that, don't even talk to me about politics. Don't say a damn word to me about politics or the election or nothing. If you don't go vote, don't even talk to me about the election. Period. Because you'll be wasting my time and wasting yours. Because your vote doesn't count if you don't vote. So you must vote. Everybody must vote, and we got to get out there in big numbers this year, because we have a complete idiot, a total idiot, coined the phrase the DC dunce in office there, and it has done so much bad stuff. He's been there for 3.5 years, almost 4 years now, close to 4 years. And it's been problem after problem after problem after problem. From the very first day, he got protests started, kicked in, not just in the United States, but they kicked in worldwide against Trump. Worldwide. And it's been protests every single solitary day since he took office. And so, you know, hey, man, the guy's terrible, man, and it's time for him to go. He has got to go. So I mean, all the things that's been going on in the past few weeks and the past month has been, you know, just been ridiculous, man. I mean, he's done so many bad things, man. Instead of helping, trying to do something and sign some kind of executive order, man, to help the people, what did he do? He signed an executive order the other day to protect statues. Not protect lives, not protect people's lives, you know, which he could have used that executive order to do. Instead, he chose to protect statues. The man is an idiot. He's a total idiot. And I can't wait till he's gone, man. You know, and the only way we're going to get rid of him is we got to vote him out, or either he resigns or something else happens. But it's time. It's time for him to go, because now we got this TRUMPGAZI going on right now. That's what I'm calling it. Whereas he sit here and try. We got a situation with Putin over in Russia, and you know the intelligence that has came out that the Russians put a bounty on the troops in Afghanistan. The Russians decided they wanted to pay the Taliban and other subversive mercenary groups in Afghanistan to kill American troops, and cash money for, you know, for scalps, you might as well say, just the same way the troops did back in the old cowboy days when they were scalping Indians and taking those scalps to the forts for money. So don't believe that lie you used to see on the cowboy movies about Indians scalping white people. It was the other way around. It was those white soldiers that were scalping Indians. Anyway, back on track. Yeah, we got TRUMPGAZI going on here. And like I said, Russia put a bounty on American troops in Afghanistan. And so you got Trump this is his excuse this time. Oh, I didn't know nothing about it. Well, you're the president. You're the president of the United States, and this is a serious situation. You can't lie this away by saying, well, it was one of those things. Now you got the Republicans saying this lie. Oh, well, We didn't think it was important enough to tell the president. But you got it in you had it in the everyday in his intelligence briefings, and this goes back as far as 2019, not just this year. This goes back all the way to 2019. So don't even tell that lie, because this is not the first time that this was brought to his attention. They trying to act like it's just brought to his attention one time, and that's not true. So why is this person siding with Putin every chance he gets? What is it? And I mean, this is at the point of treason, if you ask me. It seems more like treason, because you are more dedicated to Putin than you are to the people of the United States. You're more dedicated to Putin than you were to our allies that we had in Europe and in the United Kingdom, that we and Canada and Mexico, that we basically lost since you've taken office. Those people, they don't even include us anymore. Just like you just turn your back on the World Health Organization. And so the World Health Organization now is saying, well, since the United States turned their back on us and they don't want to hear what we have to say, we'll no longer include the United States in giving them any information on this coronavirus situation. So we're in bad trouble. We're in bad shape. The country's in bad shape right now. I'm gonna put it that way. The country's in bad shape right now because of this DC dunce and all of his treasonous acts. Just like back when they had that G7 meeting or whatever it was overseas, and Trump decided, well, he was going to sneak off and do this press conference with Putin, and then he comes back and tells the American people about, yeah, well, I asked Putin about if he did anything to affect the elections in 2016, and he said no, and I believe him. So you had the FBI, the CIA, Homeland Security. You got all these different entities in the United States government, the intelligence agencies, and they have told you time and time and time again. Even the Republican Party has been on the record stating that Russia interfered with our elections in 2016, and you still take Putin's side on this. You take his side on it, but you discount what the intelligence agencies here in the United States have said. The intelligence, what that has came out of England and our allies that we used to have, said the exact same thing, because their elections got interfered with too. Oh God, man, you've been actually been impeached for all the corruption, the corrupt things that you did during that time, all the lies and all the cover-ups. You've been found guilty of that. You've been impeached by the House. However, the weak Republican Senate refused to impeach him, and he would have been out of the way, and we would be having a better chance dealing with this virus right now if they would have got him out the way back in January when they had the option to do that. 3.5 years, man, of nothing but trouble, lies, and incompetence. 3.5 years, almost 4 years of total buffoonery. And so I mean, I'm gonna read part of this, and so this is, like I said, what the Republicans tried to say. Said that the intelligence wasn't brought to Trump's attention initially because it was unverified and there was no consensus about among the intelligence community, but it's rare for intelligence to be confirmed without a shadow of a doubt before it's presented to the senior government decision makers. The National Security Advisor echoed that in the White House talking point, faulting not Russia but the government, and tried to make it that the government and the media is the fault. Oh boy. The Senate Republicans appeared to be split on the matter, with several defending the president and saying that the Russia meddling wasn't new. Others expressed strong concern. And some said if the reports are true that Russia has been paying a bounty to the Taliban to kill American soldiers, this is a serious escalation. said Senator Chuck Grassley said on the Senate floor, it demands a strong response, and I don't mean diplomatic response. Earlier in the week, they had another senator from Nebraska stated that Congress needs to find out who knew what, when, and if Trump didn't know, why the hell didn't he know? The House Democrats who were briefed at the White House on Tuesday questioned why Trump wouldn't have been briefed sooner and pushed the White House officials to have the president make a strong statement. They said the administration should brief all members of Congress. House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff, one of the Democrats who attended the briefing, said it was inexplicable why Trump won't say publicly that he is working to get to the bottom of the issue and why he won't call out Putin. He said Trump's defense that he hadn't been briefed was inexcusable. Many of us do not understand his love and his affinity for the autocratic ruler who means our nation ill. Senate Republicans who received their own briefing largely defended the president, and but then they try to say, well, Trump can't be made aware of every piece of intelligence. Similarly, Moscow Mitch McConnell said, that Trump shouldn't be subjected to every rumor. Oh God, this is crazy, man. This is really ridiculous. So while Russian meddling in Afghanistan isn't new, officials said Russian operatives had become more aggressive in their desire to contact with the Taliban and members of the Haqqani network, a militant group aligned with the Taliban in Afghanistan and designated a foreign terrorist group back in 2012. The Intelligence Committee and community has been investigating an April 2019 attack on American convoy that killed 3 U.S. Marines when a car rigged with explosives detonated near armored vehicles as they traveled back from Bagram Airfield, the largest U.S. installation in Afghanistan. 3 other U.S. service members were wounded in the attack, along with the Afghan contractor. The Taliban claimed responsibility, and officials spoke. The officials spoke to also said they were looking closely at insider attacks from 2019 to determine if they were linked to Russian bounties. One official said the administration discussed several potential responses, but the White House had yet to authorize any responses at all. Intelligence officials said that the White House first became aware of the alleged Russian bounties in early 2019, a year earlier than had previously been reported. The assessments were included in one of Trump's written daily briefings at the time, and then National Security Advisor John Bolton had told colleagues he had briefed Trump on the matter. So he had been briefed, so he can't tell that lie about he wasn't briefed on it. I'm telling you, man, it's treasonous. This is total treason, man. He's turned his back on the American people. You got our troops, the United States troops, and that are not just in Afghanistan and all over the world are under, this threat that they have to be under because it's a bounty on their heads, and this guy's going, I didn't know nothing about it. You the president. So if you claim you didn't know anything about it yesterday, you definitely know about it today. What are you going to do about it now? Now that you know, and now that you know that it's been verified, what are you going to do about it now? What are you going to do? Are you going to sit back and call Putin up on the phone and say, hi, baby? What's really going on here? So on with this, I'm gonna throw this other part in here about him, with his love for the KLAN and love for all these white supremacists here in the United States. That's another issue and another problem and another reason why he needs to go. Like back in when they had that situation at that rally. Where was that in Charlotte? I believe it was Charlotte. And they had people that end up dying because those far right white supremacists. One guy ended up running his car into a group of people, man, and he had nothing bad to say about that. The only thing he could say was, it's good people over there. Some good people over there. Wow, really? Somebody just died, but those are some good people. Now, the other day, you had a KLAN member riding around in a golf course in a golf cart, flying a Trump flag, talking about white power, and you retweeted that video and put it on your Twitter page, and you just left it on there for hours. Guy sitting there talking about white power, and you congratulated the man, talking about, yeah, he's a real patriot. You've got to go. You have got to go. I mean, you praised this man sitting here on your Twitter page talking about white power in a time where we have a lot of bad things going on in this country, and there's so much bad stuff going on in this country. The last thing we need to do is have a race war going on. You're supposed to be the person that's supposed to be trying to bring people together, but instead you figure like your job is to separate people and pull people apart. You hate the fact that these young people that are white, black, Asian, Hispanic, African, Jamaican, every nationality you can think of have been protesting after George Floyd got murdered. They're walking hand in hand, and these black, white, Asian, like I said, every nationality of these young people out here that are protesting together. You hate that. One reason you hate it is because you're a racist. You're a total racist. The second reason you hate it is because if it was just all black people out there protesting, then you wouldn't call it a protest. You could call it a riot, and then you could send the National Guard out there and the police in full force to beat them up and just abuse them and use them and abuse them and all that. So as long as you got that mixture of white, black, Hispanic, everybody else, Asian, then they consider it what it is, a peaceful protest. You gotta watch. It's a word. It's semantics. Protest, riot. When it's all black people involved, you want to call it a riot. Even though they are peaceful protesting, you want to label it a riot. So we know about your little tricks and your games. We know all about them. So therefore, this is now we got to deal with TRUMPGAZI over there. You was talking all that mess about Hillary Clinton in Bengazi. Bengazi, lock her up. I'm saying lock him up. Lock Trump up. Lock Trump up. Lock him up. Lock him up. Lock him up. Lock him up. Now we got TRUMPGAZI over here. And it's time for you to go, partner. It's time for you to pack your bags. Matter of fact, you don't even have to pack. You don't even have to pack. All you got to do is just leave. Just leave. You can just leave the White House. Just bail out. Resign. Just load up the Trump jet and head on over there to Russia, to all that money you've been hiding and stealing from the American government and hiding it in those Russian banks. Why don't you just get on out of here? What time is it? Say it's time for KP's Video News. KP's Video News. It's KP's Video News, y'all. It's KP's Video News, y'all. Time for KP's Video News. It's time for Trump to go. Hit the road, Jack. It's KP's Video News, y'all. Don't you come back. No more, no more, no more. You got to go.